Laganas Layout with the Zante Geezer, a quick, rough go-to guide to help you get to grips with the famous party resort Laganas Zante before you even arrive. I usually do this at least a couple of times every year before summer starts, and people do tell me that it really does help them to get their bearings before they've even arrived. So if that's the case, I'm happy to do it again. Now, Laganas, more by luck than judgment, I'm sure, is one of the easiest resorts to get around. It is literally one long straight road. That's your main strip. You've got a mini strip that comes off it, and then you've got a few little side roads, but you haven't got to worry about going to different centres or going to different parts or getting taxis in between. There are other resorts around the island and nearby, but Laganas itself is very compact, very condensed, and very easily laid out in terms of straight roads. I'll explain all the different colours you see in just a moment. Some of them will be to help you with choosing your hotels and finding out where your hotels are located. I'll do a further in-depth video on that very soon. I'll mention it briefly on this, but this is more just to show you the layout of resort. Right, so the yellow dots down at the bottom, no prizes for guessing. That's the beach. Plenty of beach clubs, beautiful restaurants, nice bars, hotels all along the beach. Now, right in the middle there, you'll see the purple dots and then the pink dots. I've done two different colours simply because there's a crossroads in the middle of the main strip. There's bars and clubs all the way along it. It could have just done one colour, but I just wanted to separate it at the crossroads, just so you know, though even though it is all the main strip, there is a little bit of a difference. The dark purple side is more where the clubs are, and then the pinker side is where there's a lot more bars. Now, where the pink dots join the green dots, that is what is called, well, I called it, and now everybody calls it the mini strip. It didn't really have a name before that, Kalamaki Road, but no one really got that, what that meant. The mini strip. Now, down there, once again, you've got some great restaurants, some fantastic bars, such as Lucky's, Angels, The Pub, lots of places like that, and loads more hotels. Down that mini strip highlighted with the lime bright green, you've got plenty of hotels. I'll just name a couple now. You've got Canadian, which is fantastic, Atlantis, Alexander the Great, you've got Marriott, you've got Zante Dreams, plenty down there. So heading back up to the other end of the bright green dots again, you'll get to where the main strip starts properly, where the go-karts are. And if you go the opposite way into the blue zone, that's a great location for more hotels. There you've got Savas, Pathari, Maui, Olympia, plenty more around there as well. Again, you're only really a 5 or so minute stroll at most to the main strip. Further on from there, you go into the orange zone, around about 10 minutes. There's loads of hotels in this part as well. Like I say, a 10-minute stroll with a drink in your hand is absolutely nothing. Further on, red zone, you are getting a little bit further out, but still very walkable, your 15 to 20-minute zone. And then as you get into the black zone, there's only a handful of places up here. Yes, you'll be walking probably 25 minutes to the main strip from this area, and if you go right to the very top where the main road ends and you actually come onto like a dual carriageway, that's where I'd say you probably would need to get cabs in. That's only maybe 2 or 3 gaffs up there. Again, like I say, I'm going to do much more in-depth videos on the hotels and the areas to stay in, but in general, if you're in Lagana, you're not really more than 10 or so minutes stroll from the main strip. There are villas available, a handful in Laganas, but villas tend to be just further outside in the villages, around about a 5-minute ride in. So just be aware, if you are booking villas, you will need taxis back and forth. You do not want to be getting lost on an hour or so's walk through country lanes, because believe me, people do. So just be aware of that. Anyway, I hope this helps. I'll just quickly go through it one more time. It's basically an upside down T-shape. The main strip leads down to the beach, where you've got fantastic bars, restaurants, beach clubs. The main strip itself, bars, pubs, clubs, dance floors, fast foods, you name it, the whole shebang. And as always, for any more info and advice, slide into my DMs. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Nobody knows Zante like the Zante Geezer. It's easy with the Geezy. And remember, the Geezer loves you. Yamas Bash.